Okay, before anything else, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Clyde Patilano, and I will be your instructor for today's subject, History 7. So, may I request everybody to please stand up, and may I request Miss Andrea Gale to lead a prayer.
In the name of the Father, of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil.
So, good morning, class.
Good morning, sir.
So, before we start, I would like to pick up the pieces of paper in front. And I want you to arrange your chairs properly. And after that, please occupy the chairs in front. Okay, are you done, class?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you may now take your seats. So, are you ready for a brand new day?
Yes, sir.
So it's so nice to have you here in the class. So how are you today?
We're fine, sir.
Very good. Is there anybody absent from the class?
None, sir.
Very good. So it's a perfect attendance, right?
Yes, sir.
But because our discussion for today is very special and everyone in the class is present, so I'll be giving you a reward each. And another reward if you will participate. And I'll be giving it after the discussion. Awesome, right?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Did I give you an assignment?
None, sir.
Okay, so we will have our discussion. But before that class, what will you do if our class is going on?
Keep quiet, sir.
That's right. What else? You have to sit properly. Very good. So let me see if you're sitting properly. Very good. So what else? What about if you want to answer?
Raise your hands.
How about if we will have a group activity? We should cooperate. Very good. What if someone is talking? We should listen. Good. So what are those classroom rules, class? We have to keep quiet, sit properly, cooperate, listen, raise your hands if you participate or if you want to say something. So can I expect that from you, class?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Can you still remember our topic yesterday?
Yes, sir.
So what was our topic yesterday? Yes, Miss Carol.
Our lesson yesterday was about the beginning of Catholicism in the Philippines.
Very good. So very good. So actually, Catholicism were one of the Spanish influences here in the Philippines, and up to these days, the country Philippines is known for being devoted as Christian, and up to these days, we are still practicing some of the Catholic gatherings like the fiesta, like the Christmas, which are actually part of our culture and traditions as Filipinos and Christians. So thank you so much, Ms. Carol, for recalling our topic yesterday. Now, so are there any questions regarding our topic yesterday?
None, sir.
So, today, class, we will just continue the remaining 3 subtopics of the Spanish influences here in the Philippines. And before we will indulge to our new topic, allow me to present to you our objectives for today. So, who will be the first objective? Yes, Miss Iko.
To identify the different influences in the Philippines.
Thank you. So, how about the second one? Yes, Miss Carol.
To name few Filipino words that derive from the Spanish language.
And how about the last objective? Yes, Miss Andrea.
To explain the importance of Spanish influence in our culture.
Thank you so much. So these objectives are actually our goal to understand our lesson well. So I hope that we can attain these objectives at the end of our discussion. So class, do you want to play a game?
Yes, sir!
Okay, but before that, let me show you a short clip about how we were colonized by the Spaniards centuries ago.
Spain, a place I've never been. You think of good football, beautiful people, and Barcelona. But what I don't think of is the Philippines. Before the Philippines was Americanized in the 1900s, it was actually a Spanish colony. Today, you see the American influence in your face wherever you go. But the Spanish influence is also a big deal. De La Rosa, Rodriguez, Mendoza, Salazar, Mercado. These are all Filipino last names that are actually Spanish. The country's name, the Philippines, was named after King Philip II. The Philippines! The language, kamusta, in the Philippines is the same as kamusta, amigo, in Spanish. The religion, every hotel room in the Philippines has a Bible because the majority of this country is Catholic Christian. In Asia, colonization as we know it might be over, but its influence is always there if you look hard enough for it. That's 1 minute. See you mañana.
So class, so what have you noticed about the short clip that I presented to you a moment ago? Yes, Miss Nicole?
Based on that clip, I have noticed that we were not just influenced with the Catholicism, but we were also influenced as well with the names or surnames that are currently using right now.
That's right. What else? Yes, Miss Carol?
We were also influenced with the language, sir.
That's right. So up to these days, we Filipinos are currently using or we use words that actually derive from the Spanish. Very good observation again. So anything that you would like to share about the short clip?
Sir,
Yes, Miss Andrea?
we were influenced with the food that we serve during gatherings.
Exactly. So as much as we love food, always remember that those food or delicacies that we love were actually coming from the Spanish. So very good observation, class. So as I promised, we will have an activity. So in today's activity, it is going to be an individual work since there are only 3 of you in my class. So in this activity, I'll be showing you random pictures. So in each slide, there will be 8 pictures. So I want you to identify which pictures describe or illustrate Spanish influences. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. You're all done, class?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Okay, so if you're done, I want you to pass your work. Okay, thank you so much, Andrea. So based on the activity that we have, so what have you noticed, class? Okay, yes, Miss Carol.
We have noticed the different pictures that illustrate the huge influences of Spanish to our culture and traditions.
Exactly. Okay, since we have discussed already the part of the Spanish influences, which is the Catholicism, we will now proceed to the 3 remaining subtopics, which is the change in last names, the language, and the food. Okay, class?
Yes, sir.
So before the coming of Spaniards, Filipino had no surnames. So a name of a boy, for example, was taken from his physical appearance or physical attributes or from any natural event. In 1849, the Governor-General Narciso Cabrera issued a decree to adopt the standardized Filipino names. So, in order to create a more organized system to keep track of the people. So that's why they created a decree to standardize Filipino names. So as a result, today, there are many Spanish names still in use, such as Garcia, De Los Reyes, Narciso, Fernando, what else?
Salazar.
Salazar, exactly.
Mercado.
Correct, very good. So those are examples of the Spanish surnames that we are adopting nowadays. And as well as your grandparents or your parents about the origin of your surnames or your family names. That would be more interesting. Now, let us proceed on how the Spanish influenced Filipino language that we are using or currently using today. So, Spanish was the official language here in the Philippines for over 3 centuries or for 300 years. In fact, the common Tagalog greeting, which is the kumusta, is actually derived from the Spanish word, which means how are you or como está in Spanish word. So here are some few common words that are actually coming from the Spanish. We have the Dios, which means God. We also have escuela, meaning school. We also have guapo for handsome, and calle for street. So, who would like to give an example about the Spanish word that we are currently using right now? Yes, Miss Andrea.
Ayuda for help.
Exactly. Anyone from the class? Yes, Miss Karen.
Caballo.
Caballo for horse. Another thing, we have these numbers that we currently using for Bisaya. We have the uno, dos, tres. Those are examples of Spanish words. So for your activity, I want you to jot down at least 10 Spanish words that we Filipino are currently using nowadays. So that would be your activity for today. Okay, I'll be giving you 5 minutes to do that. Is that clear, class?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Are you done, class?
Yes, sir.
Okay, may I request Miss Nicole to please collect the papers, please. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, let us proceed to our last topic, which is the Spanish influences in terms of food. So, Filipino cuisine has numerous indigenous and foreign influences, from the Arab settlers, from the Chinese traders, down to the American, Spanish, and other Occidental and Oriental flavors and accents. So the impact of the Spanish influences on the local cuisine is very much evident nowadays. So what are the examples of the Spanish dishes that we Filipinos enjoy? Okay, class, what are the examples of local dishes that is actually derived from the Spanish? Yes, Nicole?
Lechon, churros.
Yes, we have the chiflan, we have the paella, we have the embutido, the puchero, and many more, right? So the Spanish also introduced the use of utensils here in the Philippines. But like the use of knives, the use of spoons, the use of forks, but we Filipinos love the native way, which is the use of hands, which is the kamayan. That's what we do during the budol fight, during feast. We love to use the native way, which is the kamayan. That's a very, very Filipino way. So class, what have you learned so far in this discussion? Yes, Miss Nicole?
We have learned different influences from this Spanish, like how we Filipinos influence in terms of family names, food, and languages.
Very good. So this time, I want you to form a group and present here in front a very short play on how or the importance of Spanish influences here in the Philippines. So I want you to incorporate the 3 subtopics that we have discussed earlier. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Very good. So I'll be giving you 10 minutes to prepare and 5 minutes to play it or to present it in front. Okay? Okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Guys, ready to present your short play?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'll be giving you now the floor to present it. Okay, very good. So a round of applause, please, for the job well done. Okay, you may now take your seats. So class, did you help each other to come up with your work?
Yes, sir.
That's good to know. So when you help each other, it makes a difficult task easy to do, right? So you need to practice helping each other, especially in this group activity. So that would be a foundation of camaraderie, collaboration, and cooperation. So I want you to practice that as early as now. Okay, so any question regarding our topics?
None,
Sir.
Okay, if none, I want you to get 1 sheet of paper, and let's have a very short quiz. Okay, are you ready, class?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Who issued a decree to adopt the standardized Filipino names and surnames in 1849? Again, who adopt or issued a decree to adopt the standardized Filipino names and surnames in 1849? Again, who issued a decree to adopt the standardized Filipino names and surnames in 1849? Number 2, give at least 3 surnames that derive from the Spanish. Number 2, give at least 3 surnames that derive from the Spanish. Number 3, give at least 3 Filipino or local dishes that derive from the Spanish. Number 3, give at least 3 local dishes or Filipino dishes that derive from the Spanish. Okay, if you're done, I want you to pass your paper in front, please. Thank you so much. For your assignment class, I want you to write an essay in not more than 300 words about the origin of your family names and surnames. You might as well ask your parents or grandparents about it, or the story behind your family names. So I want you to write it down in a short bond paper in not more than 300 words. Get it, class?
Yes, sir.
I think that's all for today, and I hope you've learned something today. Thank you so much, and see you tomorrow. Goodbye, class.
Goodbye, sir.